Deep in Thormic Horizons lies a forbidden experiment, something the Thaumonomicon barely hints at. We're diving into one of the most confusing and honestly coolest parts of Thormic Horizons in GTNH, the Planar Vortex. Time for a quick breakdown. If you've looked at the Thaumonomicon, you've probably noticed it's incredibly vague about how to make this thing. Don't worry, I'll break it down step by step and also show you how it can be used to skip a big chunk of wand progression. So, what is the Planar Vortex? Think of it like a supercharged Hungry node. Once you make it, it starts devouring blocks around it in a 3x3x3 cube, then collapses after about 20 seconds, leaving behind nasty flux goo and gas. But if you can stabilize it, you can actually harness it for crafting powerful items. That's the real magic here, and you'll need a couple prerequisites: a 75 Viz wand, HV tier, and the sanity to do all these microcrafts and research. I would recommend doing this when you get at least Thormic Energistics, a research completer, and some sort of infusion automation, which all comes about in EV tier. This will set you up perfectly to working towards the Arcane Assembler. You will need the following items: a Thorncraft node. If you haven't already, go check out my Ethereal Shard video to make one easily out of nothing. 1 node stabilizer, 1 node transducer, 6 Vortex attenuators, 4 transducer amplifiers, and some redstone blocks. This is quite a few items, but the price is worth it, don't you worry. Here's how you actually make one. First, stabilize a normal Thorncraft node with a node stabilizer. Then energize it normally using a redstone block. Now attach 4 transduction amplifiers around that node. Place them on the sides. But wait, do not power them just yet. We don't want it to just eat everything and disappear. To stabilize it, you will need 6 Vortex attenuators. Place them around the node before you trigger these amplifiers. They can be 2 to 8 blocks away, pointing beams at the node. When the vortex forms, the beams converge, holding it open and removing the crazy visual effects. That's your stabilized vortex, and now you can actually use it. So don't build this immediately in your base, do it somewhere safe. Once stabilized, the vortex accepts items thrown into it. Here's what happens. Salus Mundus spawns 1 to 10 wisps based on the node's aspect. This can be used to make a really fast wisp farm. An Instrumentum node can be really good for the ethereal node growing strategy since it contains all 6 primal aspects. A Golem animation powder creates a Voidling Golem. Inert crystalline wands become a 250 Viz usable wand. This is huge because it means you can completely skip wand progression. These disposable crystalline wands let you jump ahead instead of grinding for the usual upgrades, from 75 Viz all the way to 250. In my nether run, I was able to get enough discounts to build this Planar Vortex with my Profane one that let me skip straight to the Arcane Assembler. Void Metal turns into Void Putty. This can be used to repair any item in your crafting grid that could normally be repaired by a Thormic Restorer. And if you throw in a Primordial Pearl, the Vortex becomes a pocket plane. But I won't go into too much detail of that. I'll let you discover them for yourself. So yeah, the Planar Vortex is scary, destructive, but it is also insanely useful for skipping some early Thorncraft, especially if you want to shortcut wand progression. I hope you guys learnt something new, and please consider subscribing to my channel.